Hello. Welcome to Advanced Instructional Design, EdD 8121. My name is Mike Simonson. I'm going to be the instructor this semester for this course, Advanced Instructional Design. I'm also the person who's responsible for the syllabus. Most of you know who I am. You've had me in classes before. You know pretty much how I operate. I'd like to, with this video, introduce the course. We're not going to go into too many details, but I'd like to kind of set the tone and tenor for what it is we're going to be doing. First of all, you know who I am. I'm a professor of instructional technology and distance education. I've been in the Fissler School for almost 15 years. I've been a professor at universities before the Fissler School, about 25 years before that. And I've been an instructional designer in a number of major projects that were based upon the kinds of book learning that you've had in your instructional design, instructional development courses, but also were those kinds of activities that required a rapid process of the instructional design activity. So we're going to talk about those in this class. The textbook for the class, and you should make sure you get a copy of this, is Morrison's Designing Effective Instruction, 6th edition or the 7th edition. I understand that a brand new edition of this textbook has been introduced. We're going to be looking at chapters and topics rather than specific pages. So either edition of the Morrison textbook will be just fine. The syllabus is available in Blackboard. Be sure you get yourself a copy of this and read it carefully, because the syllabus is the set of guidelines and processes that we will follow. Whenever there's a question about should we do it this way or that way, we'll refer to the syllabus to see what kind of guidance the syllabus gives us. You probably wonder a little bit about this set. This is one of the production labs that we, faculty in instructional technology and distance education, have available to us. And it's got a lash-up of different kinds of equipment, including old-time laser disc players. Remember these with the big old, almost look like an LP laser disc? And that's what's playing behind me right now. Obviously, we won't be using that for this class, but this is a place where we can put together relatively informal videos such as this one. So what should you do right away? Get a copy of the textbook. Review the compact disc that I am sending to you. You should receive in the next few days with the title Combat Fleets of the World. Interesting title. We'll talk more about this in the next video, so we won't need to go into too much detail about that. Print out the syllabus and also print out the course schedule. Both of those are documents that I will refer to make sure I keep us on task, and they'll also be what you should be looking at so you know what to expect and where you are within the class. The purpose of this course is to give you as much as possible, a case-based or real-world experience in instructional design. That's not to say we're going to ignore what we've learned in our textbooks. That's why the Morrison textbook is so important. But we're going to look at instructional design as those of us who are professionals in the field actually practice it. So we're going to look at instructional design and base our decisions on what we know are correct procedures, once again by citing our textbook, the Morrison. The sequence of topics are kind of fun. There'll be 3 units and 8 modules. These are all described in the syllabus. This first unit, we're going to look at the whole instructional design process. We're going to back up a few steps and make sure we all have a well-founded understanding of what it means to be an instructional designer and what constitutes an instructional design team. We're going to look at some activities that maybe you're not familiar with, such as titles for your business, doing business as, whether or not you want to establish a sole proprietorship. In other words, how you manage the enterprise of instructional design. Then we're going to look at our case. And that case is going to be a pretty interesting one, I think, at least. It's one that I was involved in a few years ago that I thought was challenging, interesting, and kind of fun. And it relates back to this CD you've got in Combat Fleets of the World. Then we're going to actually look at design by going through the steps: analyses, objectives, sequencing instruction, the design plan, development, production of prototypes, and evaluation, the AEIOU model, and then we're going to do a report and evaluation. So we're going to go through this design process, but we're going to base what we do on this real-world experience that I'm going to be explaining to you. As I said, the course is organized into 3 units, 8 modules. It'll be largely asynchronous. We may have an Illuminate session or 2, but probably we're going to be communicating by video and communicating by email and communicating in an asynchronous way. So you can set your schedule, the time you need to complete this course, according to what your particular needs are. The assignments, there'll be a whole sequence of them. Everything from your own ID philosophy, instructional design philosophy, the development of a prospectus, a needs analysis, a design plan, the writing of performance objectives, an evaluation plan, and the final case study report. Plus there'll be some discussions. Now, these will be submitted to me periodically. I'll grade them, and then I'll give you feedback. And you won't revise them necessarily, but you'll revise for resubmission. But you'll revise them because all of these documents will all be a part of and will be combined in this final design report that you'll be producing, which is the major ingredient of the grade in the class. Let's see. If you've had classes from me, you know I use something called the Monday morning memo religiously. Every Monday, sometimes Saturday, sometimes Sunday, sometimes Tuesday. But at the beginning of every week, I will send each of you an individual Monday morning email, I'll also post it in Blackboard, where I summarize what we did the previous week, and I'll talk about what we'll be working on for the next week. Now, if you fall behind in the class, you can always catch up. But the course is designed for you to be allocating 8 to 10 hours a week on this class. So if you skip a week, if you fall behind a week, that means the next week you're going to have to be allocating 15 to 20 hours. So you're going to want to keep up as much as you can, because this is a very rigorous doctoral level, advanced doctoral level class. But those Monday morning memos will help keep me on target and will help you stay together with the assignments so you don't fall behind. The content of the course will be delivered through the textbook, through a Blackboard. It'll be provided externally from materials such as the CD, and there will be readings and other activities. I've even collected a whole series of YouTube videos that we've downloaded into Blackboard, which will help explain some of the steps in this process. As I said, the expectations are you to spend about 8 to 10 hours a week on this class. So what should you do? Get your textbook, get your syllabus, get the schedule, take a look at the Blackboard site once it opens up. If it's not opened up already, there's a table of contents of the Blackboard site there you may want to download and print out, so that you're ready to go, ready to hit the ground running, as they say. What can you expect from me? Well, I hope that you realize that you should expect a relevant course. I think this course is relevant. It'll be very helpful to you as you leave the confines of the doctoral program and become a real-world instructional designer. I hope you recognize that the course is well organized. I've tried to organize this course so you know where you are, you know what you've done, and you know what's going to be happening next. We'll have regular interaction. These videos will come about once a week, once every 2 weeks. There'll be Monday morning memos. I'll communicate with you via email, and you can contact me at any time, either by email or by the telephone. You can call me up. The course, I hope you think, is a fair one. I've designed this course to be challenging. My role will be to help you meet that challenge. So get yourselves ready to go. You'll be hearing from me. Good luck.